Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So today is our something challenge. I think I'm going to go ahead and sit this on the black background since I already have glue all over this one. So today is our something challenge, and we're going to be working with stamps. And not stamps, rubber stamps. We're going to work with postage stamps. So I pulled out my smaller postage stamps, and I love, of course, my big sticker, the vellum sticker ones. And so I was thinking it would be kind of fun to create collage, a stamp collage. I've actually thought about doing this for a while now. I'm doing it on a really small piece of paper. I want to see how it goes first. But yeah, I have other stamps too, not just these. These are all the good ones I separated. Then I have some larger ones. Okay, I jumped over really quick and grabbed some. I have all these, like, some of them came off of scrapbook paper sets, and then others were from like DigiKits, and then some of them, gosh, are actually, I have a few here that are real, but yeah, they're just, and some of them are just meant kind of like caricature stamps. They're like huge, you know, but I thought they'd be fun. So I'm going to be doing a collage with my stamps, and I'm going to grab some art glitter glue for these larger ones, and then for the smaller ones I will probably go ahead and use my stick, you know. I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'm not even going to worry about how close I get to the edge, because I am going to trim this off. It can go over, it can go under. I'm not really worried about it. So how's everybody doing today? I hope this inspires you to do something cool with your stamps. There's so many things we can do. This is just my contribution to the game. Yeah, and see, like, I'm going to do some smaller ones, and then what I was thinking was that I would also, oops, I put that one upside down, that I would also do like some of these vellum stamps over the top. I thought that would be pretty. And then I also might do something else this week with stamps, because I saw something with Miss Gail the other day when I was watching some things she had done recently. And I don't know, I kind of really liked a couple of her ideas, and she actually got inspired by Tina, or no, she got inspired, I'm trying to think, it was Rachel from Bella Crafts. She got inspired by someone else who got inspired by Tina. This was like 2 or 3 years ago, on creating your own really cool stamps. And so I'm looking at, you know, sitting down and doing some of those, because they're done with more of a decoupage with the napkins, and with like your stamps, like clear stamps. So yeah, it's kind of fun, and it looked cool. Really inspired me. I was thinking, oh yeah, I want to try that. So I've got all my stamps in these little cups that I got at Walmart. You get them 3 for $1, and I did, like I saw Tina had done with hers, and I color coded them. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, is grabbing out of those color coded cups. Here, I'll show you. You can see them a little bit. See? And they're just the clear ones with like the blue lid at Walmart. So yeah. Yeah, so anyway, let's see, today's Tuesday. Today is Monday for me of last week. And so that everybody has their bearings about when I'm at, where I'm at in time. So I have our homeless, the Servant's Heart Ministry at my church is going to be Wednesday. And I'm going to go do some cooking again with Miss Terry. I'm really excited about it. We had a good time last time, and so yeah, you know, every time just gets better and better, I think, because you get more and more bonded to people and closer to them. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to spending time with her. And Petra. She's the other lady that did the cooking. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do on Wednesday morning. And then I'm gonna stay and help clean up at the church. I like to do that part. I always have been that person who likes to stay after the party and help the hostess clean up. So this is already, this is already looking pretty interesting, actually. I'm trying it with this, because I think I'm probably going to Mod Podge over these. Oopsie. We're just going to lay that down. It's too big for me to try and put it across. Like that. Yeah, I think I'll probably Mod Podge so it kind of has a little thicker base to it and feels a little stronger, you know. I have so many stamps and they've just been sitting in there, and I thought, well, we got postage stamps as our draw, so this is a good time and a good way to possibly use up a bunch of them. I don't know if I want to use, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use multiple colors on here. I'm probably gonna do some what do you call it, distressing on top to grunge up any of them that are too bright and too white. So I'm really not going to worry about the color, because I think it would be kind of fun to get a nice grungy look on these. I saw with Gail when I was watching her the other day, she did it with Bookpage, and yeah, so when I do give that one a go, I will link. That reminds me, I need to link her video into my mass make I did for this last week, for your last mass make. I just realized I hadn't done that yet. I promised you guys I would in the video. I say I'm gonna link it, so I need to do that. Yeah, I think this glue's sticking pretty good. This is fun. These are cool. I love to collage anyway, though, so I don't get to collage enough as far as I'm concerned. I just don't take the time to do it as much, and then when I do, I'm like, oh yeah, I love collaging. I saw Pam the other day. She gave her recipe for her clear gesso that like mattes shiny things. I just thought of it because I saw this particular stamp, and I was thinking I could use that on there. Try my gesso. She said regular clear will work, you know, to matte it, but hers did a really nice job. And I was thinking, when I run out of my gesso, I will probably use her little recipe. She said she does half a cup glue, and then a quarter cup of either cornstarch or baby powder, and then a quarter cup of water, and that's her mix that she uses as a clear gesso. So if anybody out there would like, you know, to make your own gesso, half a cup of glue, quarter cup, there we go, quarter cup of water, quarter cup either cornstarch or baby powder. She said you do have to stir it when it sits for a while, because the cornstarch will, or the baby powder will settle to the bottom, which makes sense. But it after she was done, it worked really good. It looked cool. So I will probably make me some. Let's see, I'm going to put like a smaller square right here, and I think, oopsie, nope, I want one a little bit bigger than that. You know what, I have these super teeny tiny ones right here, so I'm going to use one. These are like little guys. Look at that. I don't even remember where I got those. I keep them in this case I have back behind me because they're so small. They just kind of ended up underneath all the large ones. There we go. Okay. It's coming along. I did a smaller piece because I figured it would take a minute to do coverage, you know, on the whole thing. So I know I mentioned last week about Courtney's hours. He still has not had a sit down with his boss as of today. And so, you know, he just called me a few minutes ago and he's like, it's barely 11 o'clock. It was like quarter to 11. And he was already on his way back to the shop. And he's, you know, he's feeling really, he's trying to stay up because he's trusting the Lord, you know. But I know that his office manager, the way she's doing him is really discouraging to him. So please keep my honey in your prayers. If you guys have been with me for a minute and you know who you are, my friends that are prayer warriors, we'd appreciate your prayers, honestly, because it's just, you know, we know that God is in control, and we know that all things work together for the good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. And we're not like worried, but it's just it's a discouragement, you know, when you work as hard as Courtney does, and then instead of having someone say thank you, he has someone who is penalizing him. It's hard not to feel discouraged. And so that's kind of what he's facing. And I feel really bad for my husband, you guys, because he's got his issues like any human being, but he is honestly the hardest working person I've ever known. And he really is the type of a gentleman who, he's a blessing to people around him, and he deserves so much better treatment than he's receiving from her. And so, yeah, just if he passes through your mind, please say a prayer for my honey, that he'll be encouraged in the Lord, and that, you know, he'll have continued favor with the owner of the company, that what she's doing, you know, has not negated what he was told from the beginning. Because he never took advantage. He has been only basing, you know, his hours upon his work. He's, like he said, I've worked every single moment for that money and for those hours. I was working. I was not playing around. I was not goofing off. He takes like a 5-minute lunch, you know. I mean, he's one of those people who just, he works right through lunch. He doesn't even think twice about it, and never stops at the store. I mean, unless he absolutely has to. You know, he stops at the store more often when he has somebody working with him that's riding along with him than he ever does for himself. And yeah, he just doesn't deserve to, you know, that's how life is though, right? We go through these seasons, and we go through these seasons where we get tested and trials happen, and we have to trust in the Lord, you know. But just like you guys, I pray for you all the time. I'm just asking for that same thing, just coveting my sister's prayers. I really like this. This is looking pretty cute. And so when I'm done, what I wanted to do was put some of these pretty big ones so you could see the other ones through, and just kind of disperse them, and then do a Mod Podge over the top. I thought that would be fun. I don't know. I might end up doing an entire collage with just my vellum stickers. I don't want to waste them, but I really, really like using them and stuff, and I thought that would be really pretty as well. We'll see though, because, you know, I hoard stuff like that. I don't know if I want to use that many of them. Maybe I'll do them. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do Gail's thing with the book pages with those instead. That would be cute, right? Yeah, I think that would be cute. I can't wait to see what all of you come up with this week. Y'all just, oh my goodness, sometimes some of the stuff you guys do. Like the other day, I mean, Sagita with her cookbook. Woo, that looked awesome. I loved it so much, Sagita. just know that the love this was totally 100%. I seriously, I mean it. I don't use the word love unless I mean it. I really, really did. And then Miss Pamela, she's always pulling out the stops. If you guys go to Facebook, you can see some of these amazing creatives and their wonderful, wonderful, you know, contributions to our Something Challenge. And not just that, to any day of the week. I mean, some of the stuff is just blows me away. How creative. Honestly, seriously, I got so inspired though by Sagita's cookbook. There's a page in there, and I was telling her in the message, I'll probably end up doing that one on the channel because it's like a cascading. It's kind of like a waterfall, but it's sideways. I'll have to look at it. It just looks so awesome. I was like, oh, I love that. So yeah, we'll probably be doing something with that soon. Definitely. Let's see here. Throw in a couple of big ones again. My fingers are so sticky. This is a nice big one in the center there. I don't know if I want that one. Let me see here. This is Australia. Did I ever tell you guys? I think I probably did, but I used to go with my friend Corrine, and when we were in high school, and like one time we went out and we took her dad's truck and we went to an Arizona State University Sun Devils basketball game, okay? And I was 16 and she was like 17, and we were, you know, just big stuff going out by ourselves, and it was a weekday. I remember that. And we borrowed her dad's truck, and so we were playing the jams, and we were listening to Scorpions, and that was back in my, you know, crazy high school days, and so we were all singing out the window and, you know, everything. But when we got to the game, we had decided in advance that we were going to talk like we were from Australia, okay? And the whole night, like that was our thing. We were going to do it the whole night. So we put on our best Aussie accents and we went into the game. And it was so funny because we met these two guys there talking to them and stuff. And they're like, where are you from? You know, and we were telling, you know, we were talking to them and told them we were from Sydney, because that's like the only city we knew, and that we were here visiting with our Auntie Kate, and I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, it was so funny. I only thought of that because of the Australia stuff. Just little girls being silly, you know. But that was our fun, and I know there's some of you out there going, are you going to do your accent? I don't do it very well anymore. Let's see if I can still do it. We were saying we were from Sydney, Australia, and we were talking, you know, kind of like this, you know, mate, and we were I used to do it much better. I don't do it as good as I used to, but yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. I always see the Australian accent as a British accent with a twang, kind of, you know, like a little cute twang. That's what I always hear when I hear the Australian accent. So yeah, and when I say twang, I mean like a little bit of the southern, because you know here we have that little bit of a twang to when we have a southerner who's talking, and so it's almost like the Australian is got a little twang to the end of it, like I don't know how to say it, like when they say mate, you know, it's like this little twang at the end. And so and I personally love it. So yeah, but silly memories I just thought of as I was looking down at these stamps. All these wonderful places that I will probably never see in this life. I would love to see, but that is very unlikely. You never know though, right? You never know what the Lord has in in his plans for your life. That's very true. I can hear some of you telling me, don't say that, you never know. Because I've got the most positive friends out there who always, you guys always make me accountable and bring me into line when I'm talking like a negative Nelly. I really kind of like this. It's got like a color scheme going on. It's very bright. We probably should use another orange in here somewhere. I haven't used too many. I guess these are all the oranges and reds, but I thought I just had oranges, but I guess I have oranges with red. Here's a Canada stamp. I was in Canada once. Or no, was I in Canada? Oh, you know what? No, I wasn't. I've never been. That's right. What it is when I was a little girl, my mom and dad and grandma and I went to, we were up by South Bend. We had gone fishing like we would do. I had an aunt who lived in South Bend, Indiana. So we went over into Lake Michigan. And when we were over in Michigan, we ended up going up by Niagara Falls. And we didn't go onto the Canada side. We were on the American side, which of course is the boring side. You can't see the falls really from there very well. I just barely remember it. I was very little, like I think I was probably 4, because I just barely have memories of us walking up to bushes that were looking out over the water. We walked through the woods or something through that area. There was probably a place to pull over, and we came up on this area where there was bushes, and we walked towards them, and I remember my mom keeping me close to her and looking out over and seeing the water and being all excited. I remember being like, mommy, is that the Niagara Falls? And she goes, well, it's part of it, because you couldn't really you couldn't see the actual falls, but we could hear them. I remember you could hear them, and you could see from where we were standing. I think you could see a part of them, but not, like looking at them for real. Yeah, so that was my Canada story. I didn't actually go to Canada, so just so you know. Heaven forbid I actually leave the country. No, I have been to Mexico now. I have been to Mexico quite a few times in my life. Living in Arizona, you kind of, that's kind of a prerequisite. It used to be. It's not so much anymore. Now it's more like, oh, I've got to have a travel pass and got to have this and I got to have that. Back in the day, you could just go down to the border towns and enjoy yourself. Nowadays, you got to have, you got to have all this ID that you didn't used to have. But yeah, we used to have a good time. When I was 17, we went to, what's it called? Oh, what's wrong with me? It's on the Nogales. And I remember I wore my black garbage bag jacket. If anybody's wondering what in the world I'm talking about, I'll have to try and dig up the picture and so you guys can see it. I had this jacket that my mom bought me, and it was like a plasticky kind of material. It wasn't. It was material, but it looked plasticky. It was back in the 80s and early 80s, and it looked like a garbage bag. It was like this really full fitting, like huge fluffy plasticky looking thing that zipped up, and it was cute, but I called it my garbage bag jacket. And I wore that with jeans rolled up, and I remember getting flirted with by these old Mexican guys. My mom was so mad because I was only 17, and she was like, get away from my daughter. She told because everybody there was like, oh, bonita, come here, and they were telling me to come to their booths and stuff, and I didn't even know what bonita meant. And my mom's like, they're telling you you're pretty. And I said, oh, okay. She said, stay away from everybody. Nasty old men. My mom was funny. But it was fun. And then we went camping. Another time we went camping over to Rocky Point. That was fun. And I got to ride with my cousin David Joe. Yes, that's his name, David Joe. That's what we called him. His name was David Joseph. The reason we called him David Joe is because my Uncle David was senior, and he was, but there was no senior and junior on their names. It was just David Joe and Uncle David. But yeah, so we drove. I got to ride in his Jeep, and we went down and we camped out on the beach. We had a family-sized like RV trailer, not an RV, but a motorhome, not a motorhome, camper that you pull behind your car or your truck. That's what we had, and it was a big one. It was like a 6-sleeper, you know. And so David and I followed in his Jeep, and my grandma and stepdad and my mom rode and pulled the camper. So it was a lot of fun. We bought stuff on the beach, and we had good food, and we had you know, bonfire and stuff. So yeah, it was fun. And then my other times of going to Mexico were with my friend. I used to go with her. She would get her medicine in a town called Algondinas, and we used to go there, and we would shop like all day long. You guys, I would be so tired once we got. It was a border town by Yuma, and by the time we get done, I was just exhausted. Oh my gosh. But it was so cool. I mean, we get the best deals, and we come home with all kinds of stuff because Anita loved to shop. Yeah, so we had a lot of fun. A lot of good memories. Going to Mexico. Have any of you ever been to Mexico or to Canada? Where are you from? If you're from Europe, of course, you probably haven't been, but there is a chance you have been if you're a world traveler and not like me, who stays at home all the time. I'm always at home, pretty much. That's okay. I'm all right with it. I'm a homebody. I mean, now that I'm my age, I'm like, you know, there'd have been a time in my life when I could have done a lot of traveling, maybe, but since I didn't, I'm good with that, you know? I'm good with that. Had a really good time at church yesterday. Got to work with the kids, which is so much fun. And then met 3 new kids. It was kind of cool because the new kids that were coming, that, you know, that were brand new to the class, I ended up getting interacting with 3 of them, and I got to introduce them to other kids, and then I got to teach my first little group. They do like mini groups. They break up and put, you know, a certain amount of kids with the teachers, the adults, you know, and we all teach like a little study off of what they've already learned to reiterate what has been talked about in the lesson. So yeah, I got to do my first group teach, which was a lot of fun. I got to give out Bible bucks, which is what we give them when they memorize scripture, or if they bring their Bible, or if they do, if they answer the questions correctly, they get to earn Bible bucks. And we have a store in the classroom that has all these. It's kind of almost like a what you would see in what do you call it? Like a Chuck E. Cheese, or, you know, when you go to Peter Piper Pizza or something like that. Yeah, so it's really fun. They like it a lot. And then afterwards we went over to Lynn's, and ended up, this man and woman were sitting there eating, and the lady goes, we know you from church. We've seen you at church. And ended up making a friend, and yeah, so that was nice. Yeah. Little by little, I'm getting to know people. Courtney's like, by the time we're done, honey, you're going to know everybody, and I'm not going to know anybody. Well, that tends to happen with me. Even at a big church, I like to get to know people, you know. I'm like that. Because, you know, being that I've gone to so many larger churches, I kind of know this. I know my way of getting to know everybody, you know what I mean? Because you can choose to go to church and meet no one. I mean, it's super easy in a large church to really be incognito, honestly. But I don't want that. I've had that before, and I don't want that. That's not my goal. I like knowing people and opening up and, you know, being friends and stuff. I can't even pick these up. They're sticking to my fingers so bad. So yeah, I'm getting to know them, and like I said, this Wednesday is the Servant's Heart Ministry, and then next Wednesday on the 2nd, it'll be the food drive again. We do that on the 2nd, and I think he said the 1st and 3rd. Yeah, the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays of every month. So very cool, very cool. I told him I will be there. Pastor Willie, he's the pastor that runs the food drive, and so yeah, very, very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot of work, I'll be honest, but it was totally worth it, you know, because you leave there going, oh, you know, it blessed so many people. It's a good feeling to bless others, right? So let's turn this over so I can get it. So this is where, to me, a collage starts to get a little bit harder, because now you're trying to find pieces, you know, that'll fit. You don't want to cover everything up, but yet you want to kind of have it overlapping. And so it's getting those right pieces in the right spot. I like him right there because there's no lighter blue in this general vicinity. I mean, there's up here, but technically it's not really light. It's pretty dark. It's just so bright with the white around it. So yeah, I think this one will be kind of cool. Let's see, do we want that? Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. I really like that stamp, the color of it. I think it looks cool. Let's see. So what did you guys do this weekend? I know it's Tuesday for this video, but still close enough to the weekend for you to recall your weekend, huh? Put in the comments below what you guys did this weekend. Was it anything cool? I'm sure it was. I saw, I just loved, Cara Renee posted, she went out into the park or something. She was out, you know, just having some time to herself, and just the most beautiful pictures where she was at. I was like, oh, I love that. It was so pretty. I wish I don't have anything near me like that, because I'm in southern Arizona, and unless you live in a neighborhood that's kind of been turned into a tree, you know, area. I mean, I don't live in an area that's got a lot of green and trees and stuff. It's just, yeah, it's the desert. And Coolidge is in Pinal County, which means it's very, very much desert. It's not, yeah. Literally, when you drive into Coolidge, you have what's called the Casa Grande Ruins, which is you can look that up on the computer and see it. It is actually a, what you call it, federal park, federal state, you know, park. And you can come there and visit, right? Well, that's literally across the street and just north of me. And that is what you see when you come into Coolidge, is this. You'd have to look it up to really believe it. It's all desert. It's just like dried out old cacti and trees, and they don't do anything to it because it's, you know, they're preserving it because it is a national monument. And so yeah, it's very interesting. We've gone and visited it. I was just grabbing one of these little smaller ones over here. We've gone and visited it, but yeah, that's our view. So we don't have any beautiful forests around us or anything. We are definitely in the desert. I think I'll use this small one. And the more southern you go, this, you know, in Arizona, the more desert you see. We have our areas up, you know, into the mountains and stuff where we have, you know, national parks and stuff, but yeah, not down here. All right, so there's my collage. Kind of fun. Lots of color. Now, what I was thinking was I have these different categories. I did split these up a little bit. And I was thinking to use some of these more fun kind of, what do you call it? Or we could do the beautiful ladies, you know, these guys. They're pretty. I figure I'm probably going to cut this down into either 4 journal cards or, yeah, I think I'll do it into 4 journal cards. So I'm just going to like kind of gauge where, if I were to put these out, where I would want them, because I would want them to be like on a main portion where I don't cut into them. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's my thoughts. Gosh, there's so many pretty ones. It's crazy how pretty these are. These ladies, they are beautiful. Little beauties. Now, we can use those, or like I was saying, we could use the more kind of retro-y ones, or yeah, these guys, they have, let's see, what's fun here? Would these look okay? I kind of want to save some of these for, these have your postcards and stuff like that. These are stamps as well, but they're not as, well, this one's kind of cool. Louis Vuitton. Oh, that one's neat. See, so I think, oh, there's a Paris one. Yeah, I think I'm going to use these here instead of my ladies, because they are pretty cool. It says Colgate. Okay. Let me see. I want to make sure and get this in the right spot. I separated these all by category, and then I stuck them with little pieces of index card between, so I'd have it like a file folder. Okay, I'm going to put these back. Sorry. Let me get those in there. There we go. So what I was thinking before I lay these down is I would like to distress this and go ahead and stick the lids back on here. You know, Tara don't have no room. Gotta make me a little bit of space, right? You know what I wish I had? I wish I had like a studio where I could have guests come and do videos with my guests. Wouldn't that be fun? So that like we could do a video with different people in I don't know how I would do it, but it would be fun. That's all I know. I know it would be fun. I am going to use, I'm going to try my little, this little spongy one and see how it does. I'm just going to use the vintage photo. I just want to darken this up some. There we go, yeah. I didn't want all this brightness, you know. But I do want the color. Much better. I love grungy, you know me. All right. What time is it? Oh, good. We still have a little bit. A little bit of time to play here. Oopsie, oopsie, not enough glue. Not enough glue. There we go. Okay. So, oh, I was talking to Joey today, and he is, keep him in your prayers, he's really working on getting that book. He wants to do self-publish, and he's already decided he's going to do audio book as well. I gave him the information to copyright the title. And oh, look at this. These are already tearing up. So note to self, if you guys were interested in trying these, first use, look at that, already tearing up. And I know I'm rubbing on a rough surface, but I don't think that that sponge should have torn quite that quick. So yeah, I'll just go to my brushes because I don't want sponge all over the place. But anyway, yeah, so keep him in your prayers and thoughts as well, please, guys, because he needs all the help he can get. He's doing this with him, and his friend Fabi is helping him. But, you know, that's it. It's just the two boys, and they, you know, are brand new to all this, which is, you know, how great things start. You know what I mean? It's, you learn as you go, and I'm really, really proud of him. He also is helping other young people. He's getting them to commit to going to rehab, and he's, you know, I'm very proud of him. He's really making a difference. Yeah, he really is, and it's amazing to see my son doing something that's, you know, so profitable for not just himself, but for others as well. But yeah, we were talking about his story today, and he was telling me about, you know, he's going to start a Facebook page for fans, you know, of the book, because there's a lot of people who've already read the book as a handwritten, unedited version, and very supportive. He's already got a lot of supportive people, you know, backing him with his ideas and stuff, so it's very cool. I'm trying to see where I want to drop this down here. Oh, I like that. It's pretty cool on top of there. Louis Vuitton. London and Paris. That one looks neat. And, you know, these backs come off pretty good. I mean, all things considered. Takes a second to get them started. Bear with me, but I like to be careful because I don't want to get the oils from my fingers all over them. We're going to go down into this corner. And also, I am saving these, like I told you guys, and I'll probably try to use them and see how they work as, what did I tell you guys? Tina does them all the time, and I can't think of the name of them. I mentioned it the other day to you guys. I'm trying to remember. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh well. I just can't remember. I Policy. No, not policy. I hate that. I do it so often. You guys are probably like, oh my gosh, Terry, you can never think of anything you want to say. It's true. It's true. I forget. I just do. And then I remember later. I mean, it comes back to me. But okay, so let's put this one. I really would like this to show. this stamp here. I think these brown stamps are really cool looking. There's that one. Okay. I think I actually might grab a couple more and cut into them when I cut it, not worry about where I'm cutting, and just have it splicing over into the other, you know what I mean? Because I do like these. Okay. All right. I'm just grunging up the edges of these because they're not super bright, but they're bright enough. Oopsie, this one's going bent. Oh man, don't do that, don't do that. There we go. Huh. Should I have done... Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this one down a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to bring it down more toward the center. Yeah. More like to the center and then off to the side a little bit. There we go. Now, since this is such a small piece, I don't want to cover the whole thing in these. So I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge this, as I had said I would do, because that's what I think will look cool. Let me get these over here. What do they call them? Windows. What are they called? The little, dang it. I wish I could think of the word. All right, so we are just gonna take a brush. And since this mat already has all that glue on it, I'm not gonna worry about getting it over the edges. I put some Mod Podge on these vellum stamps the other day, and it actually didn't seem to do any damage to them, so that's why I decided to go ahead and do the Mod Podge today. And I have the satin Mod Podge, which is my favorite. I've used the matte. I have the matte, and it's good too. I've never used the super gloss or anything. I just like the satin. It gives it a nice sheen without being shiny, and I think that's pretty. Mostly what I love is that leathery effect you get when you use Mod Podge. I really, especially when you've built it up like this, like you've got three, you've got the 2 layers of paper, and then you do the Mod Podge, it gives it a really nice thick leather feel, I think. And that part right there is coming up, this stamp. Let me get my little glue over here and see if I can get it up underneath there. There. Okay. It's already drying. Cool. I just put a really thin layer. I didn't want it to be super thick, Oh my goodness, Tara, hold it still. Piece of that sponge. That was why I quit using it. I didn't want it all over the place. So you can see that the vellum on the stamps is lifting just a slight amount, but not anything to make it like really ugly or anything. Okay. All right, I will be right back. I'm gonna go wash my brush. Okay guys, so here's what we have. I think it looks pretty cute. What do you think? I like it. And as you can see, the vellum did not really lift. It worked just a tiny bit, but it's mostly you can just see the stamps underneath through it is all it is. Now, what I decided to do while I was off camera, I grabbed my stamps, and I have some mailing stamps that are like mostly Paris, I think. Yeah, they're mostly from France. Yeah, they are. So I thought it'd be kind of cute to maybe do a few little stamps on here. I'm going to use my black. Okay. Archival. I just wanted to do some random stamping, not anything anywhere specific. Just to go with the theme, And like I said, this is going to get cut up, so I'm not too concerned about where I put what. And let's do I gotta look at them from this way so I can see what they are. There was one, I think it's this one I wanted to use, I think. I gotta get it the right direction. Yesterday I stamped it on something and it was, yeah, there we go. And then the other one I was going to use is this little guy here that says, I don't even know how, I don't even try to say it, carte postal. I don't know how to say it. Postcard. I know that's what it means. Just some fun stamping. I know it doesn't rhyme to reason right now, but I'm going to cut it and I think it'll look okay. I hope, because, yeah, I think it's cute. Let's see. That's enough of that one. I'm going to use, it's this one here. And again, I think I need to look at the front because I can't see. I think I'll use this one too first before I do that because I want to put it next to some more of these little lines up here. There we go. There. Oh, one more. And nope, two more. I just realized I didn't hit these little guys. Now, what I was going to do was to take this and kind of do some random with this. But I got to make sure I've got it upright. See, I don't. It's upside down. I messed it up. Ah! Let's see. I know. I'm a goofball. It's okay. Look, it worked. It worked. If you hit it fast enough, this is permanent ink, but if you hit it quick enough. Okay. I kind of think I would like this just by itself with no stamping too. But okay. And then next, oops, it's very crooked. I'm going to use, hold on one sec. Okay, I'm back. What time is it? Okay, we gotta hurry. I gotta hurry. You don't have to hurry. I gotta hurry. You guys have all the time in the world because you can rewind. No, nope, that one has been opened and it is, maybe this one will do better. I don't know. Or, oh, it's doing it. Okay. So we're gonna do our little backdrop for our cards, and I'm gonna have to cut that much straighter than it is right now. It's really messed up. Ugh. I wish I had a more balanced hand. You can tell how shaky I am. I'm like wavering all over the place. It's also because I'm trying to hurry. I'm making you dizzy. How many of you knew what I was going to go get when I got my paper for the backdrop of this? Most of you have worked with me long enough, you know what I'm going to get. I think this looks kind of cute, though. As a background, decorated, it's going to be kind of pretty. I like that. I do like that. I may sit and collage with my stamps after we get off of here, just because I had fun. Nope, I'm gonna let those dry and grab another piece. I brought 2 along because I figured I would need them. Yeah, I've got a birthday coming up. I'm thinking Hobby Lobby, you guys. I'm almost out of my brown paper. And you know I love my brown paper. This is my go-to paper for the backdrops for my my journal and cards and tags, for the most part. I use my other stuff too, but this paper is really my favorite. Yeah, because it just gives me that brown old, you know, all I got to do is a little bit of distressing around the edges and voila, and you have a good nice base to journal on, and gives the card strength and, you know, structure at the same time. I think the paper is very versatile for what we do. At least for me, it is. Okay. I really like this. And I love the shine. I don't know if you guys can, the sheen is just, see, that's what I mean. I love the satin. It's not too shiny, but it's not dull, and I like that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut these apart and trim this down to where it's a decent shape. Try to, as straight as I can. My edge I'm starting with wasn't that all that straight, so like the edge was crooked because I was using, I don't think I told you what I was using. I was using that paper. It's a painter's masking paper. It's very thin. I use it a lot for collages. It gives you a base to work on without being too thick, you know. This is really crooked, guys, and it's hard to make it straight because your eyes are looking at it going, okay, you can't really follow the stamps as your line, and I don't know, it's very hard. I'll get it. Yeah, after you've cut the whole thing away. That one's better. There we go, we're getting it now. So there's the first one. Okay, kind of cute, right? I think they're cute. I'm gonna pretend that you all think they're cute too until I hear otherwise. Hopefully you all will say, oh yeah, they were good, they were good. Whatever you say, T, whatever you say. Okay, I just noticed I did not get Mod Podge right on this little tiny spot here, this area. So after I get this cut down, I'm gonna add my Mod Podge and let it dry. I'm sitting here looking at it trying to think, how do I want to decorate this, you know, but I'm not really sure yet. Yeah, we definitely are going to have to Mod Podge this, and I'm just going to use my finger because I don't want to dirty the brush again. It's just this little edge, so set that aside and let it dry off. Grab my other piece here. All right, let's see. Okay. And I recorded our last Mass Monday. I recorded on the Saturday beforehand, and I was telling you guys how icky I was feeling, and there were so many of you who were encouraging, and I really appreciate your prayers and your encouraging words and support, because you know, when you're feeling like that, it's kind of hard to make a video. So this is just the first video I've made since Saturday. It's Monday, like I said. So by the time you see this, it'll be a week from now. But I just want to say thanks for all of your support. I love you guys. Okay. See, I think these are cute. What do you think? I like them. I will definitely use them in some fun little grungy journal. I could actually put them in my travel journal, huh? That would be a good place to use these as cards, journal cards in there for pockets. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, this little guy's got to get glued down right here. Right, yeah, come on now. Come on. All right. I see with my little eye. I spy with my little eye a crooked side. Now, I am going to use my corner rounder, of course. Can you imagine me making a journal card and leaving it square? I don't know. I feel like they're not finished. I can't help it. Clean up my mess first. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Much better. Or in Spanish, mucho mejor. Oh, see, that's cute. Look, isn't that sweet? I love it. You know, actually, I don't know if I need to do anything to these. I kind of like them the way they are. I think, you know, I'm always decorating over stuff, but these backgrounds are, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of a cool background by itself. I don't think it needs a lot of work. They kind of speak for themselves, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I could put, like, I don't know, a person on them, or like one of my pretty pictures kind of thing, but let me see. We'll look. Let's see our little people and stuff. Okay, they would look really cute, right? You could put them right here next to the bicycle, and you can lean on the bicycle. I think I'm gonna get me another package of my little people, because I've just about used up, you know, all my favorites, to be honest. No, I mean, I have a lot of good ones, but just not as many as. See, he looks cute, right? He looks like a little traveling boy, little bairn traveling the world. So I don't know. Let me darken him up a little bit. He looks very pasty faced right now. Don't want no pasty faces around here, boy. We want you to have a tan. Look like you're vintage. Aww, he looks cute. Let's see. What's on this one too? We gotta check. Oh yeah, this is the one that's got the weird eye lady. And it's still drying. I kind of like him on this one with the bike. Let's see how this little puppy does with maybe just using it on the edge of stuff. Probably be better. I know I already browned this, but I'm just trying to get the edges a little bit. See, it's already doing that again. Just kind of making sure the edges are nice and grungy. There. Yep, I do think I'm going to put this little guy on here with the bike. I just think he'd look cute there. Of course, it's not going to work. I gotta find a needle or a pen to use here. I think it's too big. Yep, it's too big. Where are my pins? Huh. I had them. They're here. I know they're here. Do I have any smaller ones in here? These are all needles. That's why I'm not really grabbing over here, but... Ah, wait, I see a pin. I'll use this one here. This is such an old pincushion, honestly. It's got pins from literally from last century. Yeah, I can't get to them now. They're all digging their roots into the thing. They're in there so deep. Yeah, this belonged to my late mother-in-law before. Alex's mom, not Courtney's mom. Okay, I actually, oh, here they are. I was being organized and I put them in a drawer. What do you know? That is what I was looking for. I have them here, but they're buried. Oh, here's one. It's buried under everything, so that is the problem. Since that other one is a Louis Vuitton, I was thinking I would try to put a classy looking lady on it if I can find one. I usually draw a little place for him to stand, but I think I'm just gonna put him here by himself next to the bike. I just think he looks cute there. What do you think? Should I do the ground thing I do? The little ground thingy that we do? I can't, it never looks the same to me. Thanks, Carrie, the crafter. Every time I look at it, he's the one who first, somebody alerted me to Carrie's method, and I was like so turned on by it. And ever since then, every time I see a ground where somebody's gonna stand, I'm like, it doesn't look right. Carrie's right. It doesn't look right. So thanks, Mr. Carrie, the crafter, for that. He'll never see that. He'll never see this video. I'm gonna end up getting my glue wet. That's exactly what's happening. I'm getting my glue wet, and it's not even, look at it. It's not even moving because it's on top of the glue. Good enough. Good enough, you guys. Just putting some ground there. There we go. There's our little guy. Isn't he cute? Okay, so now what do we need? What do we need, girls? Not gold. Not gold. But we definitely need words. Am I right? Just say yes. Yes. Tara, you're right. Yes. You need something to describe our little guy. Let me see. If you want to go fast, no, that's not. Oh, wait. We also have, what time is it? Oh, we gotta hurry. See, I get going with you guys and then I get, I'm looking. Maybe this one. Yeah. It says, he is too curious. Yep, that's the one. I don't know. I just like cutting them down. I saw somebody do it once and I thought it looked cute, and I've been doing it ever since. I never did it before. I used to keep them all in one piece, but then I liked it the way that looked, so. Darken these edges. Heaven forbid we not have the grunge of our vintage photo, right? All right. Okay, we're gonna stick it up here. He is too curious. There we go, guys. So there's a little decoration on there. Not much, very limited, because I just don't think it needs it. But I hope you like it, and hope you felt inspired to try this. Super, super easy, fun way to collage, fun outcome. I have all these gorgeous cards now, and I'm probably gonna keep collaging. I might. I love you guys. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for a thumbs up, like on the video, and a subscribe. It'd be awesome to have you as part of the Tarot Take family. If you have not gone over to Facebook and joined Creatives Inspire Corner, please do so. You'll enjoy it, and the more the merrier. The more we have people posting and enjoying each other and inspiring each other, the better, right? We're a family, a community, and it's always fun to be together. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless you. Bye-bye.